Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you. I was just meditating a bit to see what came up, and actually my oldest brother came up, who's a Leo. And it's interesting because the cards from the numerology deck that came up today were forgiveness and health. So it's very much about health and forgiveness being a part of your health. And with Leo coming up, it's very much about the heart health. Okay, so that was an important message. I also did a new meditation last night, so I wanted to tell you guys about it because I really liked it. It was Regenerative Spiritual Reset, 111-222-444-888. Deep healing meditation. So it starts with Regenerative Spiritual Reset. And I was getting a lot of deep merging and it was major connection with my twin as well. So, and that was like, I was up to like 2:30 last night with that meditation. Actually, it was over an hour meditation, probably an hour and 20 minutes. And whereas I normally would have fallen right to sleep, I didn't. I was awake for quite a bit of it, but it was really good. I'm going to start with the Divine Masculine read. I did put out cards for all 12 signs as well. We'll see how we go with that. Some of the movies I've watched the past couple days. Raising Cain and Holiday Engagement. So that's interesting. I'm just getting cane now, having to do with sugar cane. And that kind of comes up in the read today as well. Sweetness. I'm trying to see what there's another movie I watched recently. Yeah, Christmas Survival. So it's like a lot of holiday stuff coming up, but it has to do with coming together at Thanksgiving and the holidays and clearing wounds. So Christmas Survival, holiday engagements, so there may be engagements coming up, as well as Raising Cain, and that could be sweetness, but also could have to do with children, obviously. Yeah. So the read today is November 19th, 2019, 1919, so all about the sun today, and it is sunny here today. It's actually not too bad outside. It's a little chilly, but not that cold. And then the day adds up to 42-6, which is the Two of Cups. So we have that 6 energy of the 42, love, family, community, as well as the card of the lovers, and then the 19 of the sun. So very beautiful energy with soulmates and that strong bond between two people, and the sun shining bright, exposing all. So the masculine read today was finished at 9:39 to 40. And 39 and 40 are the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. So there's a lot of that sweet love here, right? Because that's really about the innocence of love, especially the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Cups being the action behind it, offering to be and receive love. So the major arcana here for the masculine today were Karma and Star. That was it in the main part of the read. So Karma is like the Judgment card in the SIRIAN STARSEED deck, which is the main deck I use for these reads. And then Star, of course, is the Star. We had the Abundance card come up before the read. I do pull 3 to 4 cards on either end of the read to use within the read. And the Abundance card's like the Empress. After the read, we also received the Wheel, the Lovers, and the Ascension card. And I want to tell you guys right up front here, the Divine Wheel, the Lovers card, and the Ascension card, it's called Ascension, were all right in a row at the end. And they were all upright. So that should tell you something. I have 1 pentacle, 3 wands, 4 swords, and 1 cup. So a lot of swords in the head of the masculine today. So it could be a lot of thoughts and words dealing with work and that kind of thing. So a lot of action with wands and swords, 3 and 4, and very little emotions and pentacles, actually. So it's not so much about the money making and the practical stuff, but actions. And they could be writing or thinking very intellectual type things as opposed to practical things. And just very little emotion as well. We have the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Page of Swords all in the read here. So 2 kings, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Swords. There's a King of Swords and Page of Swords. They could be related to each other. and then the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Before the read, the Knight of Swords and the King of Cups also came up. So there's a lot of players here. 3 kings, so we could have the 3 wise men as well. A queen, a knight, and a page. Okay, so it's really about the 3 kings. And like I said, the code line is all about forgiveness and health. And the number on the code line today was 17, coming from 9 and 8, which is the Hermit and the Strength of the Wisdom Within. Coming out to be the 17 of the Star. Shining your light, healing. And then the other numbers that came up were 1341, which is like 13 and 41 is the Death card or transformation, and the Ace of Cups. Then the 11 is Justice, 14 is the Temperance card, 89, and then 48 also came up, which is the 8 of Cups, that walking away and within. So the message here around forgiveness and health today had to do with the mother was coming up again. Someone might have had a mastectomy, or it might have been something that's happened a long time ago, but it's coming up here again, or it's something that's fresh and happening for someone. And I'm sorry if you're going through that situation. But it was coming up also, the Masti is code for me 1 of 2, okay, so half of something, but not half, like each as a whole. So it's representing, the reason why it comes up that way is because the 2 twins are not half of one another, they're each whole, but of the same. So it's not half and half, they're each whole. But we're speaking a mother, 1 of 2, so 1 of the twins, in a gateway for the victim's dance or the surrender dance. So that choice is up to you. You can either be the wounded warrior upright or the wounded warrior reversed. Are you going to be the victim, or are you going to be in surrender? Also, the mother with the mastectomy, bridging the wounded warrior in the dance of balance between the masculine and feminine regarding forgiveness and health, forgiving others, but also forgiving yourself. Also, the AMA came up, which can represent many different things. I really didn't look up all the acronyms for that, but American Medical Association, leaving against medical advice, but also when I looked up online, the code line, motorcycles came up for AMA, so that was important for someone. And I'll get to that when I get to the online headings really quickly here. Also, there's eating was coming up again too, around health. And don't, someone, the cancer may have come up for someone regarding someone who ate their feelings, right? So they always mask their feelings by eating. So, of course, that would be unhealthy. But it's about someone forgiving themselves. So I think someone is currently dealing with these issues about themselves and knowing they did it to themselves and the need to forgive themselves, okay? Also, a mama suite came up. So somebody might getting a suite for their mother, like a hotel suite, but also the mother who is sweet or saintly, or the mother who thinks they're supposed to sacrifice because that's their job as a mother. But that being the bridge or the gateway for the wounded warrior, possibly on their last leg, the dance of forgiveness and health. Also, the Euro-India gateway specifically was coming up. A very different energy between the Euro backgrounds and religions and the Indian or Middle East backgrounds and religions. That was coming up. The white bread type things of the English and the Europeans versus the Middle East and the Jewish and the Muslim and Hindu religions there. And then, let's see, online really quickly, what was coming up, all flames stuff. Like the word flames has come up in my header before when I put it in online, but this time it was coming up with weird stuff that has never come up before with the word flames. So it was very interesting. So the first header was Flames of Fate. And that's from seaofthieves.gamepedia.com. So of course it's a game, but that's not the point of the messages. So whatever messages we get, there's a reason for it. So under Flames of Fate, it was described as various colors, each with a specific type of death requirement. Default flame is yellow, which is the solar plexus chakra, and it said all ship and player lanterns. And then the flame of lost seafarers is blue. And I was getting that, when I saw seafarers, I was getting sufferers. So the flame of lost sufferers. which is the blue, the blue rays, but also the throat chakra for the blue. And then that represents death by shark or megalodon, megalodon, I'm not sure what that is. And then the next header that came up was plaque of flames from heartstone.gamepedia.com. Unwilling sacrifice, but has a wider scale effect. Like removing a spell, like getting a spell removed, but at the cost of sacrificing all of what you have. So an unwilling sacrifice, the plague of flames, or the plague of flames, I'm sorry. I'm not reading my handwriting right. And then another heading was Up in Flames from YouTube, and it was Ma OST, which is a movie soundtrack. And then Commandment of Flames from Path of Exile, Gamepedia.com. And the number 3.8.0 came up, which is that 38 and also 80 as well, which is kind of funny because it's 38 is my soul number and 80 is my destiny number. So that 38 is the Queen of Cups and 80 would normally reduce to the 8 or the Strength card. But it's the 8 of the dance in the balance of the masculine and feminine, but the 0 is the unbalanced human embodiment of Source. That's just that humanness. The system that automatically adds divination cards was coming up under the Commandment of Flames. Also, Flame Man came up from Mega Man Fandom. Robot Master Mega Man 6 generates thermal power, which is his energy source, which makes him more stable than the solar robots. Okay, so again, it was saying using thermal power helped supplement and made him more stable than just using solar power. So having a backup generator, basically. Then Flame Sword came up, a special weapon capable of igniting things that are highly flammable. Okay, the Flame Sword. It's like Excalibur, right? The special weapon capable of igniting things that are highly flammable. And then Vanessa May came up from YouTube, and the song I Feel Love. Then another header flame. They all started with flame here, and that came up as from en.wikipedia.org. In Latin, it's flamma, F-L-A-M-M-A. So there's the ama again, mama, ama. Visible gaseous part of fire caused by highly exothermic reaction taking place in a thin zone. Very hot flames are hot enough to have ionized gaseous components of sufficient density to be considered plasma. So 5 things came up in the next header, Flyers versus Flames in the NHL.com. When facing Flames, he has a 9-3-1 record. So the 9 represents the Hermit, the 3 the Empress, and the 1 the Magician. So there could be something about the combination of those 3 people. And also the record with a 1.96 AA plus 0.925 save percentage. And 0.925 is that percentage of silver, right? If I'm thinking of it correctly. So that was interesting that came up. But unbeaten in regulation, last 10 appearances against Flames, going 8-0-1 with last loss. The last header was the AMA that I told you about, the motorcyclemuseum.org. The Hall of Fame for Dick Burleson. In 1999, he was the winner of 8 consecutive AMA National Enduro Championships from 1974 to 81, 8 consecutive ISDT gold medals. His wins were so extraordinary they may never be broken. So I guess he's coming up here because he deserved more props than he actually got. And that was done at 1019, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun again. Okay, so as we get into the read, we have the King of Pentacles and the underlying energy here, okay, which in this deck, the SIRIAN STARSEED deck, is the Akashic Records. Below that, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Swords upright, the King of Cups reversed, and the Abundance cards upright. So these, the Ace of Pentacles, the, what did I say, the Knight of Swords the King of Cups, and then the Abundance card there. The King of Pentacles, prior to new life or holding back money, rushes in with a message, an announcement of abundance, or the Empress. Yeah. So dumping all emotional attachments, possibly to save on money, play ball, magnetize the gold coin, and I'm losing my voice here. So this is where the King of Pentacles needs to speak up. Awakened to breaking the facade, breaking the performance, and breaking their patterns. The World comes up, though, here, complete, coming full circle, or the sealed divine feminine, announces or receives a judgment in, a wake-up call to action at night, and dumping attachments, whittling down too many things to one, to implement a new plan, taking a little risk, not taking a big gamble, giving the dogs, or I was getting the grays, very clear instructions about clearing the path in a never-ending story. Not willing to gamble on this one, since poof, it could be gone in an instant. Imbalance, debt, inequitable relationship, seen, and I was getting in this relationship with the masculine, in her religion, the woman is the boss. So that could be the masculine's partner and or his mother as well. The Hierophant and Empress calming the beast. The romance angel cards, underlying energy, were coming up. Trust on top, and then wedding was beneath that, which just has to do with the situation involves marriage. But on top was trust, which is all about having faith. Unfair marriage in trust or will. Taurus, Leo, Empress gets everything, and the King of Swords being watched, grounding and integrating love at the gate. The King of Swords being talked about, or being given very clear instructions about scissors, magnets, sweets, and tweets, hiring a detective to spy on someone. Announcement, judgment, a call to action from Cupid, not an option, must align with third party through work or leave the job. A big love through third party at work aligned with his desires. Heart-to-heart conversations came up for the masculine and the romance angels, and usually I don't bring up those cards until how the masculine sees himself, but for some reason I was guided to write them down at this point. So heart-to-heart conversations came up for the masculine. Love yourself first. Free yourself. Don't fence me in. That energy was coming up. So that group of cards came up for one group of people, and then these two for another group of people. Make the effort and worth waiting for. The little boy tying them together after taking them, after tricking them to come together. So there's a little boy, which could be the boy you haven't had in the etheric realms, or it could be the masculine's inner little boy, or a little boy. So there's a little boy trying to tie the masculine and feminine together. After tricking them to come together, falling into his lair, all the missed opportunities, the little boy, Cupid, are tired of waiting. Intuition came up, which is number 22, which is the Fool, and beneath that was compassion, 99. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. So that's been coming up this week, so maybe that someone has a drinking issue. Patience with fire and ice transformation, with the truth out of the Knight of Pentacles loyal servant walking away from drama. Imprisoned by negative attention, failure, under the radar, multinational, bad news, moving, ending marriage, or visiting a friend or family's house to get out of prison or anxiety issues. Okay, so when I talk about the different characters here, they don't have to be the specific suit. Like, for example, the Knight of Pentacles doesn't have to be an earth sign. It's just someone who's very practical and methodical, because it's an earth sign. So it can be an earth sign, but it also can just be the quality of the suit. Okay, so that goes for everything. So like the Queen of Wands does not have to be a fire sign. It's just someone who's coming off as fiery or dramatic, okay? And so on. So there's a big transformation with the truth coming out about prison or anxiety or working for a drama queen, leaving or moving, feeling a failure or humiliated, dark shadows over his head, like a laser security system. That's he's saying that feels like the darks who are trying to block his crown feel like a laser security system. Moving, the King of Pentacles implementing a plan to be strong with taming the beast, with a big love third party through work by using their intuition, their trust and faith. Recently is the Four of Wands reversed, over loss, regret, guilt, shame, and living in negative emotions, with the King of Cups reversed, Emperor, or they're two people, the King of Cups reversed and Emperor, which seem to reflect each other. So if it's not the same person, it actually could be a father and father-in-law, or a father and a grandfather, you know, that kind of situation, or even a father and a boss. But two people that kind of are opposite for me, who reflect each other, so they're constantly fighting. Or it can just be the same person. So it can be an emperor who's, you know, emotionally detached or manipulative or over-emotional, or a drinker, okay? Or they can be two separate people, right? Where the emperor's upright and this King of Cups is all those things I just said. So the emperor could be frustrated with the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles offering help to those defenseless to the energies coming in, and also attacks from other people. The Divine Masculine tired of taking in the karmic's family or even his own family with their issues, or being expected to do so. Okay. So there could be two Queen of Swords here too, so it could be two fiery energies. But one for sure, like, has her hands in all the drama. As we turn the page, it's 10:55, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and 55 is the Ace of Swords, the truth. The foundation here for the masculine is the Eight of Swords upright, feeling trapped, anxiety, his hands tied, or feeling imprisoned, or actually in prison. The Page of Pentacles with an opportunity, or this is a child or student getting all the attention, or leading the way, or the masculine imprisoned by having a student or intern shadowing him at work, not expressing feelings, holding back energy of chaos, in need of detox. The Page of Pentacles, scoundrel, stealing his limelight, or literally stealing or cheating him, or he's stashing profits of a child, as Capricorn reversed. That could be the child or the masculine. Or the Divine Masculine is a perpetual student. He likes to be the young student because he gets to steal all the attention. Okay, that could be his persona. So Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, Cancer, Aquarius, Pisces, Leo all come up here in the underlying energies. They were all upright except for the Capricorn reversed, which can represent the negative energies of Capricorn, or it can represent Capricorn as a rising or moon sign of the person. Okay, so all upright except the Capricorn. Centrally for the masculine here is the Queen of Wands reversed. This is the one with all the hands and everything. She's got fire and like 6 different arms, okay? Ending the family cycle of unhappiness to celebrate or come together out in the cold in exile with the King of Wands. Defenseless to energies and attacks, tired but could care less what others think. 1 to 2 may have been kicked out, too many against them, an unhappy family or end of emotional cycle, celebrating, but the King of Wands receiving them in. So a family could have kicked 2 people out, and the King of Wands could be receiving them in, or he's just standing there waiting to make sure they leave. Single file, or at the hospital, or at the ER with an injury, and that could just be kids. Someone may literally been attacked by the King of Cups reversed or the Queen of Wands reversed. Those are the 2 who are reversed here, and the Queen of Wands for sure. The Knight of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles, kids may be trying to help, or they just could be assistants at work or something as well. Could be 2 fire sign women as well, like I said, fighting, both reversed. And the Emperor and the King of Cups reversed could be father of the Queen of Wands reversed, with child, the Knight of Pentacles, trying to help. So the Emperor, who is the King of Cups reversed, could be the father of the Queen of Wands reversed, because that's come up many times in the reads. And they could have, and she could have a child, the Knight of Pentacles, who's upright and practical and trying to help. The family says good riddance and don't come back to whoever they're kicking out. A family sign or a fire sign female with their hands in everything, causing drama everywhere. The challenge being the wounded warrior reversed, surrendering to a fight, conflict, a match, or a game that's now complete, done, or sealed divine feminine, frustrated with the Divine Masculine still grounding and integrating her offer of love, and she's done waiting, and being his prisoner without option and suffering in silence. So it's like the feminine saying, she's done with that cycle. The Page of Cups reversed, or rejected and vulnerable to or by destiny and divine timing. The patient angel without options, but to be love, give love, and receive love. To the Page of Wands reversed even, who's a frustrated child, or an adult child, defenseless to the energies, tripping up to break patterns, with the Hermit or Virgo, or as Virgo, in a painful ending. Betrayal, back pain, or back treatments. Grounding and integrating an offer of love, needing to drop the facade. With bad news or message coming in, or no message at all, the wounded warrior surrendering to the Queen of Swords, speaking her truth, and holding on to the gold coin tightly. Now, in crowning for the masculine here is Karma, or the Judgment card, with the Lotus fully open and rising to be love. The Knight of Cups offering, in hearing the call to action, to come together, to co-create, to be happy, sunshine, expose all in a tower moment, an explosion, eruption, a sudden event, an epiphany about a move, a visit, or an ending of a marriage or large celebration. Co-creating the Knight of Cups with the Queen of Cups. That they're both upright here, the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, who fell into a loss of hope in order to be awakened and make these announcements. Or when all hope was lost, finally a judgment came through, and that was at 11:27, Justice and the Ace of Wands. So there could be a new passion now spurred or inspiration because a final judgment finally came through, whether it's a settlement, a divorce, whatever it was. Okay. So the King of Cups reversed, not using their intuition or their secrets out and hiding his face without options, or can't face his kids, or one that he rejected continues to offer him love. The Queen of Pentacles also hiding her face with negative news, negative talk, or spying patiently one step at a time with frustration and or two kids out of control, stuck without peace. Didn't receive money she was expecting, or no new life, defenseless to the energies and or attacks, too many people and presently not expressing feelings or sharing energy due to bleeding out in pain or betrayal or a painful ending. And there could possibly be two Queen of Pentacles in this read as well. The Queen of Pentacles is definitely upright here, but there could be two of them. So with this painful ending or betrayal, it's, they're just present to the nothingness of it. The Sagittarius without peace, grounding and integrating love offered from God. And the Divine Feminine hostage without options, but chronically purging cycles. Grounding and integrating bad memories from the past and or childhood with their wounds coming up, or kids being difficult, or the twin or the past returning in order for the masculine and or the Queen of Pentacles to clear their wounds. Dark Night of the Soul with Taurus and Libra, or the Dark Empress and Sweet Justice. And also the number 28 came up here, which is the Two of Wands or the twins. And the time was 11:39, which is Justice and the Knight of Cups, who's upright in this read. Soon for the masculine is the Eight of Cups reversed. Not walking away, but processing the tough emotions amidst lots of other energies or people. At war, but standing in their truth adamantly, so they themselves or someone else can surrender behind the scenes. The prisoner without options, suffering in silence, with him, the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here. Clearly moving toward the messenger of truth, rushing in with a message or an announcement. The King of Wands, or the King of Wands is overseeing the messenger of truth, and the Queen of Swords is speaking her truth, or the King of Wands is not sleeping and clearly unstable or moving due to the messenger of truth messages, or the truth rushing in. The King of Wands here can be someone around the masculine. It can be the masculine. It can be Metatron watching over him, or it can be somebody else in the situation. But there always seems to be this King of Wands, especially in this one deck, who's always just constantly on the Divine Masculine watching. It could be a Leo, because that comes up a lot too. And the Leo energy came up for the read, so that could be it. The Divine Masculine seeing himself as the Ace of Swords, the truth. The Sovereign and the Magician. He sees as connected in a very strong bond. Virgo, Gemini, and Aries comes up here. So we have the Sovereign and the Magician side by side with the Two of Cups on the masculine in his truth today. Okay, this is really beautiful. Working to align with desires and sort out details with issues at work, the masculine. And like I said before, the Romance Angel cards here were heart-to-heart conversations, love yourself first and free yourself, and then a second set of make an effort, and it's worth waiting for. Around the Divine Masculine, or how others see him, is the King of Swords. So he's seeing himself as the Ace of Swords, and others are seeing him as the King of Swords, but both are upright in their truth, so this is great. The King of Swords strategizing a painful ending in divorce or justice, or just Libra energy, in the aftermath of difficult past, or ending in betrayal and a large burden on a judge's head, or a Libra's head. Paying punitive damages, perhaps, or child support, painful, large burden to carry, back-breaking work. But here is ending the worst of it. The King of Swords is upright and fair, and the masculine needs to clear blocks of loss and hope and depression, the fear of the limelight, unhappiness, never satisfied, or arrogance. The Knight of Wands reversed, the player, withholding sex and falling short, as the King of Swords loving himself anyway. So this is about all the things about the masculine he doesn't like about himself, that he must love himself anyway, and that was confirmation. Okay, so the blocks for the masculine today are all about loving all parts of himself, even the shadow parts. When he can love all of himself, that's when he will feel good. So the King of Swords loving himself anyway, all of him, in his truth and in his depression or loss of hope. Receiving clarity in a move, a visit, or an ending of a marriage, and the King of Wands may be rushing him or constantly waking him up at night just to control him, or be a wedge between him and the Queen of Swords. Or woken up by 5D messages and sexual energy, or merges at night. Health and forgiveness came up for the masculine today. The karmic all business and constant need of rescue, him always falling short of karmic expectations, and her withholding sex from him, or it could be him from her as well. 1157 is justice and the Three of Swords. I just felt a breeze come in and the door's not open, so that was interesting. The Page of Swords comes up at the end here, reversed. And then we turn the page to 1158, the Justice and the Four of Swords, which is reversed today, which is about not being able to sleep or rising above, possibly levitating because you're so numb. But the Page of Swords is reversed here at the end, a negative message or none at all. Spying or someone who won't stop talking. The Queen of Swords speaks of healing and forgiveness, which is so funny because the numerology cards are health and forgiveness today. So here I am speaking about health and forgiveness. The Queen of Swords speaks of healing and forgiveness, especially when there's no sun out or it's cold, this time of year when people are very seasonally affected. Or you could have a cold, or kids or Leo or ego is draining, and so here's the Leo coming up again. Or when sick and tired of doing the work, quote unquote. The Dark Empress and Justice with 2 spoons of fruit. Scorpio and Gemini versus Cancer and Virgo. It's all about sex and power, or healthy, fair, and forgiving beauty, okay? So it's one is the bad girl and one is the good girl. Or Taurus Empress is coming up as bad news, or Libra is coming up as sweet justice, or surrenders. The Divine Master not realizing the gold coin is right there on his head. The floating gold coin, coin being another word for Kohan or Kohan Solo, the 2 co-pilots. Also Sad Sack coming up, sitting on a pile and rising now to the occasion. Destiny is here. The dark night processes through purgatory, past the 3D lover to ascension and the light of wisdom. Or Scorpio and Virgo bring lovers together, or they are the lovers that come together, ascending above power plays and above the need for justice. Destined lovers ascending around the world, complete at night, howling at the moon, but only one dog, not two. The King of Pentacles, and getting major connection right now, the King of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles family offer the truth to the one with the money, saving, grounding, holding on loosely, the Queen of Pentacles ending up on top. Or that Ten of Pentacles family, the King of Pentacles thought or expected an inheritance is much smaller than expected, but the Queen of Pentacles is good or stable on her own. Or the King of Pentacles gets the bulk of the wealth, but the Queen of Pentacles, although less, feels it's enough to live on. At night, the truth is clear with the Queen of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles and family may feel they owe her something along with the truth. The King of Pentacles trapped by the truth of the King of Swords, or to the King of Swords, moving and ending a marriage or visiting each other, the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, possibly for a break from the Queen of Wands reversed. Obviously, she's not happy. She may be on the rampage. And challenged by surrender without walking away to loss of hope and depression, with a judgment or announcement in, or a call to action, and that may be bad news for her. Destined lovers ascend. The King of Pentacles and Dream family offer truth and gifts to the Queen of Pentacles, or they come bearing gifts to her. The King of Pentacles moving, visiting friend's house or family's relative's house, or ending a marriage or leaving two homes, because they may be leaving a marriage and have to give up both homes, trapped or imprisoned by the Queen of Wands reversed in a final judgment and or divorce, challenged by surrender as the wounded warrior. The truth given, being in his truth and not walking away, dealing with uncomfortable emotions, the King of Swords, depressed or just in loss of hope about bad news coming in about someone spying in the divorce by the Dark Empress. But divine destiny is now here with lovers ascending. At night, the King of Pentacles and Dream family bring truth and come bearing gifts to the Queen of Pentacles. The end. So that was a very beautiful read. I hope you can appreciate what was coming up right there. So now I'm going to get right into the 12 signs, because I did pull cards for that as well. I'm going to show you the cards, and then I'm going to go over to the 12 signs. So there's the King of Pentacles, the Akashic Records in this deck, the underlying energy, and then the recent past is the Four of Wands, or the Four of Flames. Eight of Orbs is the underlying energy there, or the foundation. Centrally is the Queen of Wands. So you see the Queen of Wands here and here, but this is the drama queen with her hands and everything, but she's definitely that reversed energy in the read. The challenge being the wounded warrior, but it is reversed, so that's about surrender, which is great. Here's the other underlying energies. Crowning is the Judgment card. You can't see the lotus flower, but it's right there, the pink. All right, so then scrolling over here, that 4D bridge to what's coming up is the Eight of Chalices, which is reversed, so dealing with the emotions as opposed to walking away. And then the Master seeing himself is the Ace of Swords, the truth. And there you go, the Sovereign, the Magician, and the Two of Cups. Okay, and him dealing with whatever he has to get through at work. Okay, around the Master and how he's seen is that Master of Orbs or Swords. The blocks he needs to clear have to do with the Star, which is reversed in the energy today, so depression and loss of hope, and the need to heal. And then we end up here with that with the Page of Swords, which is reversed here. So some kind of negative message or no message or spying, that kind of energy. But right after that, it's like, you know, look at this. This is the Lovers with the Dark Knight, right? Batman coming through to the Cancer Ascension energies and the Hermit as the lover and the Lovers. Okay, and it can be walking past the 3D lover as well to get to the Hermit. And then we have right in a row, like I said, we have the Destiny card upright, the Lovers, and Ascension of the world. And then we end up there with the King of Pentacles, the Family of Pentacles, and ending up with the Queen of Pentacles on top. So really beautiful read, okay? Intuition and compassion there. So for the 12 cards we have here, I put everything out already. The underlying energies are there up top. All the way to the left there is the Aries going across all the way down to Pisces on the right. And then we have summary energies down here, which I'll get into all of those at the end. So let me just situate it. Okay. Okay, so like I said, the underlying energies, this is the 5th card down. So we have the Wheel of Fortune upright again, which is amazing. The water signs have this the 7 of Cups reversed, which is about, getting real or letting go of emotional attachments that no longer serve you, dumping things out, cleaning out your house. And then the air signs have the 10 of Pentacles reversed, okay? The earth signs have the 2 of Wands reversed, and the fire signs have the Temperance card upright. So it's about, the divine timing coming in, the Wheel of Fortune, to dump emotional attachments, get rid of things that you haven't gotten rid of that you need to, as well as family attachments or loss of money or inheritance or getting past that stuff. With no options, but to take one step at a time and be patient and be at peace. Okay, so we're going to start with Aries here, and we're going to clarify also with my mini Rider-Waite. I have the Rider-Waite, I have the Kipper deck, the Thoth deck, and then the mini Rider, which I'm going to clarify with now. So the other underlying energies, and I wanted to show you the one deck before I start too. All right, so the underlying energies, obviously I showed you the underlying energies for the Rider-Waite. So under the Kipper deck, we have the child at the bottom. So there could be a child involved here. Specifically here, I was getting, this actually could be a grown child of the Divine Masculine. All right, who has a child. So this may be a grown child getting married and because they had a child. And this could be like the parents. This could be the masculine or the feminine, whoever's family it is, and receiving the message before. Maybe they had plans for distant horizons for travel and stuff like that, or a courtship for somebody else or for themselves. And then this message comes in where maybe she's pregnant and now she's getting married. So maybe the parents can't do what they were expecting to do because of the child having a child. So that could be one scenario, but that's the underlying energy of the Kipper deck. And then here in the Thoth deck, it was crazy because there's all these major arcanas right in a row. After being trapped, this is like the 8 of Swords. Then we have all these major arcanas. We got the Hangman, then the Emperor, and then the Lust. So in this deck, it's the 11. So sometimes 11 and 8 are switched the other way. So this is like the 8 in the traditional deck. But this has to do with Lust and then the Judgment with the Aeon or Eon. Okay? So this is about the hanging man trying to be wise and see new perspectives, or maybe hung out to dry as the Emperor in power with lust and being judged now with the final judgment. And now the cruelty is finally over. So he may have been abusing his power before, and now the judgment has come in and the cruelty is done. The worst is over. But this is still the 9 of Swords, not the 10. So in this deck, though, it's called cruelty. So the cruelty has now been reversed. So we're almost at the end of all the pain after this major power play here. So that's a lot. So very interesting. All right, so don't mind me with my ripped up sweatshirt. I'm about to jog after I do this, so I hope you don't mind. All right, so we're going to start out with Aries. I pulled a lot of cards at the end too because they were significant at the end, so I wanted you to see what's coming up. Now, it's funny because all of the base cards that came up for the Rider-Waite deck, they weren't great for anyone, but it's like that. It's like the changing of the guards, where the negative energy switches to, the divine timing and the Wheel of Fortune coming in. So I want you to pay attention to that. All right, so for Aries, and all the fire signs have the Temperance card, so it's all about patience and taking one step at a time and just having that angelic energy around you. So for Aries, you do have the Hermit, which is upright and good, but this could be spending some time alone to be wise and shed some light on something about a marriage. But we have the Chariot reversed. So this could be where you're kind of shedding light on your marriage or just staying home. Maybe a trip was canceled because we have the Chariot reversed. Or this could be literally that the marriage itself is broken and you're taking the time to go within. Okay? So it could be a couple different situations. But this could be a move or travel canceled. And so you're hermiting, or you're hermiting because you're splitting up the marriage here. But either way, you're being patient and taking one step at a time. This is for Aries. So why does Aries have these energies? This November 19, 2019. All right, so this is what's coming up for Aries. So somebody's spreading the word of somebody's done aligning with their desires or done overworking. And they're letting everybody know, I'm not doing this anymore. So the Knight of Wands is coming in. This could be 2 children as well. This could have been someone working very hard for their 2 children. But now they're done. They can't do this pace anymore. Or they're now aligned with the desires and they don't need to do it anymore. Okay, and here's the Queen of Wands reversed. So this definitely could be a breakup. This is someone leaving the job. So it doesn't have to be a breakup. She could be pissed that he's leaving the work and they're not breaking up. Or they're deliberating. They had to cancel a trip. Or they're breaking up. And this is the wife and the 2 kids. And then this is the husband. Okay, so those are the situations. And she is not happy. All right. She may be embarrassed, humiliated, or feeling like a failure. Or she's being sneaky under the radar. So you don't know what she's doing. But the kids are facing the masculine energy, so they could be living with him. And she's pissed. Or she's just pissed she's not getting attention. Okay, so that's Aries. But either way, everyone's being patient, taking one step at a time. So Leo has the Knight of Cups reversed with imprisonment and peace reversed. So this is the 2 of Swords. So usually the 2 of Swords reversed for me is about clarity in the situation. But sometimes in gaining clarity, it also disrupts your peace. So this is someone feeling imprisoned by jealousy, insincerity, rejection, or refusing to give or receive love because they've been hurt in the past. Right? It's the player. So why does Leo have the Knight of Cups reversed? Okay, these all flipped over. Somebody got just done an eclipse of the heart type of thing I was just getting with Leo. So here's that Emperor energy. But here, the Knight of Cups is upright. So we have the Emperor as the star, healing, shining his light. Now, offering and receiving love. Offering it to be strong, to temper the beast. Or being strong and giving love to someone just to keep them quiet and calm, you know. But either way, it's causing peace, which is like the Temperance card up top. It's having patience in the situation. All right. And this could be an Emperor with 2 children again, too. And this could be the Queen of Wands that was just in the Aries. So if Aries and Leo are combined within a couple people, or one person has Aries and Leo, this could be the same situation. Because these could be the 2 kids. This could be the Queen of Wands. And this is now him upright as this, because he's giving her some love to temper her, to keep her peaceful so she won't freak out. And asking the kids to help out and help her. All right, so that could be Leo energy. And of course we have Leo here, so it could be a Queen of Wands Leo, or he could be a Leo as well. We have Aquarius here. Okay. This could also just be, a family hanging out because they no longer have to work. So here's definitely coming into that Aries. So there's definitely Aries and Leo related to each other, or the same person, okay? This is someone who's no longer going to overwork, now aligned with their desires, maybe spending more time with the family. Or like I said, in Aries, it could be a split of a relationship as well. But this looks very happy and positive. Okay. See, there's the energy coming in around work. Doing it for the kids, but now they can retire possibly. But it may affect other people. So that Queen of Wands will come up reversed again too, once she knows he's not going to do it anymore. So she may not know yet that he's leaving his job, or not, maybe he's going to do a different job or just not work as much. The King of Wands reversed is for Sagittarius, occupation, and the Hierophant reverse. So this is somebody sick of being married to their job. Okay? And this is Sagittarius. So she could be Sagittarius as well. He could be the Leo who's above there. And this is Taurus energy with the Hierophant reversed. All right, so she could be a Taurus woman with a Leo man, or vice versa, whatever it is. Okay. This could be someone who works for him, or it could be they could be married and working together because they have the Hierophant here, but they could be divorcing, so then now they have to work out the work stuff as well. Or it's just a work marriage where he's sick of being married to this, so he wants to be done. So let's see, but they're being patient. Patient as an angel. So somebody could be patient with someone, an employee who's just learning, and he's getting frustrated with the employee because they're not learning fast enough. But we have the Hierophant reversed. It could be someone who wants to do things outside the box at work and want to change things, but people are frustrated by it or not learning what they need to learn. So for Sag, this is what we have for Sag. All right, two knights who are not getting along. Right, this one's being stubborn, refusing to move or work, resisting. This person wants to go full force, right, full speed ahead, and this one's lagging behind. I don't get it, right? So there's definitely frustration there, and this could be the Emperor separate from these two. Like this one gets it, and they're full on board, but this one's resisting and holding them back. It's like the weakest link, you know? So he's shining his light. He's healing. He's good. Maybe he's being good even with the situation. He's not being affected anymore. Whereas before he might have been affected by the situation. Now he's going to let them work it out between themselves, right? So he can be happy and be loved, okay? He's not trying to take control over everything anymore. Now he's delegating the authority, which is good. Very good, Sagittarius. Then we have Earth signs. We have the Two of Wands up top reversed, so no options. So either you don't feel like you have options of choosing a path, which you always do, or you've already chosen your option, but you haven't implemented it yet. So this is for Earth, this is for Taurus. Taurus has the Tower, the Concern, and this is the Swiftness, number 8. It's like the 8 of Wands reversed. So something sudden came in, whether it's just an epiphany or a major explosion, eruption event. He's very concerned, and he's holding his feelings into himself. He doesn't want to disrupt the apple cart. But things are about to blow, or they did. And he's very concerned about what this means for him or for somebody else. Maybe he feels like he's got no options for sure. Or he already made his decision, but he hadn't implemented it. So now it's either implemented or the shit's going to hit the fan, basically. So it's saying the Tower's here. So if you don't do what you're supposed to do, what you know you're supposed to do, then the Tower's going to come in and do it for you. So it's kind of like divine timing. All right, so why does Taurus have these energies with the Tower? The 8 of Wands reversed. All right, we got the Queen of Pentacles coming in. And that's from the read, because the read ended on the Queen of Pentacles. And this is about, he keeps seeing the synchronicities of the Queen of Pentacles. And how happy he is, and how happy that makes him. So if he doesn't do something about it now, then the Tower is going to come in and really, you know, mess up things for him. So he has to do what he needs to do. Okay. So this is about seeing synchronicities or thinking that she's got all these options and that she's happy alone. This could be the Taurus feeling out here in the cold, or the Taurus can be her, and she may have fired people or kicked them out of a group, or she's feeling bad about these people who lost their jobs or got hurt by the situation. It doesn't look like it was her intention, but people get hurt, and then that's their wound to heal, right? So the fight is done. There's no more fight. But she's obviously very happy and has lots of options and getting her wish. And now these people have to work on their healing. So she's been through all the healing already. It's like it's like the ripple effect, where now she's causing the wounds for this person to now start their journey so that they can heal. And there again we have the Temperance, being patient. Now this person needs to learn patience, right? So it's going on to the next cycle. So that's Taurus. So he's very concerned, this man. And it doesn't have to be a man of concern. It could be the Queen of Pentacles who's concerned, or it could be the people who got kicked out who were concerned, or he could be none of those cards that were shown. That he's concerned because of the Queen of Wands. That she had to kick these other people out, and he's worried about everything falling apart, and keeping his feelings to himself, or her keeping her feelings to herself. So this is Virgo, the Star reversed, the man with the thoughts about the woman, and the Prince of Cups. So this is definitely coming up in the read, where the masculine's thinking about someone, and there's some depression or loss of hope about the situation. But we have, this is new love, puppy love, innocent love, his inner child, or he could actually be dealing with a child as well. and maybe he's depressed about it. Maybe maybe someone got pregnant or his child got pregnant, and now he's got to deal with this when he was actually thinking of trying to work this situation out, and now he's depressed. All right, so what else is coming up for Virgo? Why do they have this? Why does he feel like he's got no options? All right, so the Ace of Cups came up reversed, so feeling overwhelmed, pushed to his emotional limits, could have been dumped. But I feel like whatever this is that happened to him, whether it's being sick, dumped, emotionally overwhelmed, it's inspiring to him. He's inspired to a third party, or by gossip or overindulgences or antisocial behavior. He's finding inspiration from it, actually. Or this could be the child that's rising to the occasion. Inspiration. He's excited. Maybe wants to go out on a date with the third party after dumping another person. Okay, and there's the messenger of truth coming in. That's where he's headed. That's pretty funny. And this could be two children as well. Like if he's decided to leave a relationship to go to a third party, and these are the kids that he has to deal with now, and now he feels like the little kid. Because we just saw the boss needing to deal with these two kids, you know, the Emperor's on this side. So maybe he's got to deal with, this could be a kid or it could be an adult now dealing with their kids or brother or siblings or whatever. And then here's his parent or a boss of these people that he's got to deal with all of these people in order to get there. Or maybe the third party might have these people in their situation. Could be kids, another man, a father. Okay. Okay. But he feels like he's got no options with that. But I'm not getting so much new babies with that Prince of Cups on top. It's more about an innocent child or a new love, puppy love, or a message of love. And some depression about it, that loss of hope. So Capricorn has the Six of Swords reversed, the toil and labor, and the Sun. So this is definitely someone who feels stuck in a dead-end job, right? They're working too hard. There's no peace there. But the Sun is coming, all to be exposed. Maybe they're about to go on vacation. This is Capricorn. Can't wait to get out of their job. They feel like they have no options but to stay at that job. But the Sun is here, so there's light at the end of the tunnel for Capricorn. So why do they have all of this? Capricorn. 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 There we go. Okay. All right, so this is Capricorn. So Capricorn's been saving. Obviously, they're not making a lot of money. They're working a very hard job that doesn't pay a whole lot. So they've been working, saving, grounding, keeping themselves stable, holding on to their money, not expressing anything about it, keeping their feelings to themselves, right? Maybe working at a job where the job is taking advantage of them, that they can do better than this, but they're keeping their feelings to themselves, but it's coming up as an imbalanced relationship. So it could be someone who needs to leave a job or is in the midst of leaving a job. Okay, know your worth. Okay, whether this is family or job, someone feels worked to the bone, and this is about getting over it, no longer feeling bad about leaving the past behind. Getting over it, letting go of the third baton to either finish the race or start over and do something different. This is for Capricorn. Okay, they're getting clarity there. No options but to leave. All right, so Gemini for the air signs. Air signs have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. That could be dealing with dysfunctional family, or someone could have died recently, or could just be loss of money, loss of big money, or misaligned priorities in a family, okay? So for Gemini, we have the Three of Swords, the community, and defeat. And this has to do with separation and heartbreak. It could be just raining. It could be raining out today, and they're hoping to do something. They can't because it got rained out. May have been something to come together with the community, but it was going to be outside, so they can't do it. Or it's just heartbreak around a community maybe you have to leave, or that you feel defeated by. This is the Five of Swords. This is at war. There's a lot of swords here for Gemini. which is air sign, so. But may feel defeated by the community or heartbroken by the community. The community maybe that once took them in, now they don't feel so much like they're there for them anymore. Or that they feel like they owed something to the community, but not so much anymore. This is at war with yourself. So Gemini's got a lot of swords here. It's about being at war with yourself. It's not about the community. This is the only really positive card here. It's about your inner war. It's the victim mentality. Stop blaming other people. You need to stop beating yourself up. So it's kind of like blaming the family because you're hurt when you have to heal yourself. You're still looking to other people to heal you. So Gemini, what's coming up for Gemini? Gemini. This wants to come up. All right, so Gemini needs to heal themselves and shine their light. Okay, make their dreams come true. You have them right there. Spread the word. You're Gemini. This is you. Spread the word about your light, the power that you have. Shine your light and spread the word about healing as well. To stop overworking. Align with your true desires. Okay, and go get them. This is about getting busy. Don't stay in your head like the other cards. Okay. It's about getting out there and shining your light and spreading the word. That's all you got to do. Just take one step at a time. It's like going from this, Gemini, don't be this. This is feeling tired, exhausted, but getting your second wind. Not to overwork, but to let go and spread the word and shine your light. Okay? All right. Then we have Libra. Libra has the Ace of Cups reversed, great fortune, and gain, which is like the Nine of Pentacles. So this could be in dumping someone, or even feeling overwhelmed or pushed to your emotional limits. All of a sudden, this all comes in for you. And this doesn't just have to be about money. This is like, you know, this is the single person who has everything that they need. Great fortune. So it's like saying someone might be in a codependent relationship where they feel like they can't survive without the partner, and then they finally leave, and look what comes in for you. Great fortune. Okay. So it could just, the Ace of Cups too could just be down in the dumps and you needing to love yourself more. But it's definitely dealing with difficult family with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, or a loss of finances, or the need to leave a family behind. So why does Libra have these energies? Okay, so we have the King of Wands reversed and a new passion offered to him. So he might be just very tired. And he's offered this new inspiration with growth from the past insecurities. This is like the alchemization. This is turning the nickel into gold. Someone has learned how to take their insecurities from the past and change them into that third energy, and is now offering it to the King of Wands reversed. But it's like he doesn't believe it until he sees it. He's a very logical guy. So until he could actually see this for himself, he couldn't believe it. And he's just exhausted. This is about looking back at the past to transmute your wounds, to get past the insecurities and manipulations, to learn about the gold coin. This is about an opportunity to learn, to always learn, to see all angles of the gold coin. An opportunity, invitation, to always be the student. And there's the student of 5D. Okay, resting and meditating and connecting in 5D. And this is the masculine finally getting it. I get it, right? That's pretty funny. And then we have the cards for Libra are paralleling to the worth of the gold coin, which is the unity consciousness, okay? So it's not about the family money, it's about the gold that's in your heart, the unity consciousness, okay? And your higher self. So for Aquarius, we have the Nine of Wands reversed, the adjudication, and the prudence, which is the Eight of discs, or the Eight of Pentacles, reversed. So this is like falling from the apple tree, falling from the tree. This is about the family tree, and this is about your family not accepting you, okay? It's for me anyway. So this is about surrendering in some kind of mediation or judgment regarding family issues. This is somebody's imprudence, or the family considers this extension of the family imprudent. And so they were taken to court, or they just needed a mediator to settle things for them, whether it's a divorce or a settlement between family members, or even just some difficulty at work. But there is a surrender here to leaving the family. This could be connected to Libra as well. This is two people who could be leaving the family together or leaving each other in a final surrender. Someone is imprudent, so someone may be a big spender or just doesn't think about the other person. They only do what they want, and they don't think about how it affects the others in the family. That could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing, but it's all good anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's just your experience. So then we have the water signs. We have the Seven of Cups up there, getting realistic, dumping emotional attachments that no longer serve you. For Cancer, we have the Empress reversed, the Journey, and Virtue. So I'm not getting this as a negative thing, except for the fact she's in lack. So she's seeing sacrifice as a virtue, right? That's the traditional way of being, right? But in her journey, where others may see her as sacrificing, she may not feel that way at all, because it's part of the journey, going through all the purging cycles. But this is coming up as the Three of Wands, which is being present in the moment. So it's being present is the virtue. All right? It's not about sacrifice and lack. It's about being present in the moment. This is the journey. That is the virtue. Letting go of what no longer serves you. Not sacrificing, not being in lack, but just being present in each moment. All right, so what do we have for Cancer? Why do we have these cards for Cancer? Why does Cancer have these cards? Why is the Empress reversed? Why is the Empress reversed? And also, it's very much Cancer and mother energies with the Empress reversed. This is the mother's sacrifice for her children, for her family. Well, that we need to learn it's not for us to sacrifice. Yes, we love our children. And when you do things out of love, it's not really felt like sacrifice. Some people are sacrificing them. That's a codependent relationship where they're doing things for their children they shouldn't be doing because they're not helping them by doing them. So for Cancer, we have the Ace of Swords reversed and the Page of Cups. This is somebody, it could be a child, an innocent child, and here's the lie. So living with a lie with your child. And this could be too, like people who stay together for the children. So you're teaching them to lie because you're living a lie. Right? They give you this could be an innocent love message too. Offering to give love, but there's a lie over here or a split. And this person could be coming in to help give some love while other people are going through a split, trying to cut through the BS. All right, so this is the Queen of Cups. This could be one person offering a message of love to a split situation. Or it's two different people, a mother and child, offering love to a split situation. Or to a lie. This could be the sacrifice of the mother, right? By staying in a codependent situation, feeding the lie, right? Saying this teaching the child that to lie is good, to stay in a relationship where there's no love, or pretending is a lie. And this is about the need to implement a new plan for emotional fulfillment, right? These are two opposite ends. This is the lie, this is fulfillment. And it's not over here where they're feeding the lie. Okay, so it's about sacrifice and codependence, and that it doesn't serve anyone, ultimately. You may think it is because it doesn't hurt people's feelings initially because you lie to protect people's feelings, but you're not helping them by not telling them the truth, because ultimately that will come back to you and to them. All right, so then we have Scorpio. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed and the Bad Health and the Ace of Wands. All right, so this is about letting go to repair some things. There's not a lot to let go of, but you're willing to put out a little bit to fix things up. You're not being afraid. but it might be causing some bad health. Because it's just too much. Like you're working too hard to get the little that you have, and then you have to let go to repair things, and it's just too much. You're overwhelmed. Or this could be ascension symptoms as well. Maybe there's some bad energy in the place that you're staying, a house that you're fixing up. It could get sick because of what's in the house. But this is inspiration from it. By feeling sick, you're becoming inspired. By being still, you're learning where inspiration comes from. And that's why we're in the journey of ascension. We often hurt or become sick in order to be still, so that we can tune into our body to connect with our higher self, so we can learn to meditate. And so that's what this person's getting out of this. The job, the home, the illness, whatever it is, out of all of this, they're making nickel into gold. They're finding the inspiration, the third energy out of all of that. They're letting go of emotional attachments and codependencies. So why does Scorpio have this? Okay, there we have the inspiration again. This is the energy of the inspired to a third party. Okay, who speaks their truth. They may be a third party, but they've never not been truthful. Okay, there could be some stubborn energy on the other side too. But this could be seen as stubborn when someone's not working or refusing to move. And it could be the other perspective of that is someone who doesn't have to work and chooses to be still. So it's all in the perspective. All right. This also could be for Scorpio. Sad to leave some friends if they're leaving a job situation. Okay. If they're leaving some coworkers and a boss. They're inspired, but also they're going to be sad that they're leaving some friends they made. Or inspired to leave gossipy, overindulging friends behind. So that could be friends or work. But inspired by it. I know what I need. Maybe the friends, partying too much, all that stuff was making Scorpio sick. So we have to dump that group of friends or that work or that job or the house, whatever's not making you feel good, because you should only be doing things that make you feel good. So this is Pisces, the Ace of Wands reversed, the false person, and the Ace of Discs, or the Ace of Pentacles. So we have two aces, but one's reversed. This is frustration, or trying to get a handle on your third energy, right? No growth, or unable to conceive, or can't conceive of such a thing. But this could be like a tease as well. Like she's a tease because she wants money. So don't be that, Pisces. This could be someone, who just doesn't want to work or wants to find a rich person. They're frustrated and uninspired. Or it also could be someone who is just sexually frustrated and their guy won't put out or their girl won't put out. But this could be someone who wants to come together in a relationship too and start a new life. And they're just frustrated because the other person's not on the same page right now. But this is here. This is a new life. The Ace of Discs or Pentacles has to do with complete contentment. But these two need to come clean about all of their phases, including their frustrations, whether they're sexual or creative frustrations. We have this here. It's about dumping things that no longer serve you and coming clean with what does serve you and what you want in a relationship before you start this new life or get this big infusion of new money to start something new. So for Pisces, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So she's very stable and she has everything she needs. She's just feeling a little down. It might not be the right time yet, that's all. So this is the two people in the Pisces relationship. They could both be Pisces, or this could be Pisces, or she could be the Pisces. But it's just not the right time right now. They're good. They're not looking at each other right now because I guess they're busy doing other things. She's more focused on her coin and he's more focused on his feelings, on controlling his emotions, healing his wounds, and being love. Okay, he may have mother wounds or an ex that he's dealing with. And she's more focused on just her own survival, like getting everything she needs to be comfortable. It's just not the right timing yet. All right. There may be a connection here. Could be a mother that he needs to work on, right? Wounds from his past that he needs to work on right now in order to be a better person for you. He could be going through the dark night of the soul, or he could know someone who is. It could be his ex or someone in the family or a friend. So he may be just helping that, or it could literally be a death of a mother or a mother-in-law, grandmother. Okay. Or dysfunctional family issues and going through the dark night of the soul to heal all these family wounds. So he's doing this to become a better person for you, if that's what it's meant to be. So you have to decide as the feminine Pisces if that's what if you're serving yourself by staying in this relationship where you're not getting all your needs met, because maybe you really love this person, but maybe it's just bad timing right now. So, okay. And then we ultimately have the wounded warrior, and that this person, the masculine energy here, doesn't matter which one's the Pisces, this one's more immature than you in manifesting abilities. So he's not going to come forward until he's matching you or above you, probably. Okay, he needs to work on himself and connect it with his higher self to manifest. He might be going through emotional issues. All right, so we end up here at the bottom of the deck with the Six of Swords and Justice after the war is over. Okay, so there's justice, all is fair in love and war, and there is peace. Okay, so we're finding peace here after the cruelty is over, possibly dealing with a child or childhood issues. And then I want to go through all these guys with you. There's a lot of cards here. All right. So from the Thoth deck here, we started out with this is the like the Temperance card. Okay, so patience and balance. And this is the Ten of Swords reversed. So the worst is over. This is called ruin. All right, so we're patient, taking one step at a time, and now the worst is over. It's still not quite complete, but we're near the end. It's futile, to fight it. And then we have the moon at night. We just had the full moon pass. And then we have the Magician. So this is illumination, but it's not quite clear. It's futile in fighting it. It's not quite ended, but there is illumination here. And then we have the Magician manifesting, the Master Manifester, when all of a sudden everything just falls into place. And then look what happens. Great wealth comes in, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Discs. That's that fantasy family and manifesting it. With the Princess of Cups, that innocent puppy love, right? That sweetness and innocence of true unconditional love. And then we have the Lovers, and the reason why I pulled these other cards is because I wanted to show you the story behind the Lovers reversed. So this is one story. It can have to do with a child, too, since we have the Princess of Cups, too. It could be a little girl, because we had a little girl also at the bottom of the Kipper deck, okay? So it could be a little girl involved for someone, whether it's your child or somebody else's child or your child's child. But there is a disconnect here with the Lovers, whether it's a lack of affection or a breakup. And it looks like a breakup because we have all swords here. We have the Knight of Swords who's upright and going back. And then we have the Prince of Wands and the Queen of Wands both reversed. So it looks like they've disconnected. But then at the end, we have the Ace of Cups. So ultimately, it's for self-love and the love of all, or a new love. Okay? So that's from the Thoth deck. And then from this deck also, from the Kipper deck, we first had, the first card out was the Pathway. This is for Leo, would be under the Leo column. So you guys are on path, which is great. An official person, right? So you have an official message. And there's been an ending or death. Okay, this is the complete transformation, case closed. Okay. Here's the gate. So you're at the gate, or you've closed the gate. You might have bought or sold a house as well. But this is just about the stability, right? You're on the journey as an official person. Case closed. No going back. The gate's closed. There could be some despair as far as loss of money or job in going through the journey. Having left a privileged lady or going toward a privileged lady, And the masculine not knowing how he can get from here to here if he's got nothing to offer. But there's big changes going on here with a gift of the Lovers and then making it official. All right, so there's really beautiful energy here. And then we have the Rider-Waite. So the fire signs ended up with strength reversed, so needing the courage and the strength to do what you have to do, feeling weak, or that could be like literally ego death. Then we have the earth signs ending up on the Magician, so that's very much in line with the other cards that were coming up. Major manifestation on the part of the earth signs. Then we have the air signs with the Queen of Cups reversed. So maybe feeling over emotional, a little manipulative perhaps, right? Or just not using your intuition, right? Because you're too wrapped up in your emotions. And then we have for the water signs, the Hierophant reversed. So this could be divorcing, could be breaking a contract, can be spirituality, alternative thinking of any kind, more non-committal, or just thinking outside the box, like not the old boys club, because we have the boys here. Not the old way of doing things. So definitely could be, this could be a breakup between these. Him needing to be strong and manifest what he wants. Even if it hurts somebody's feelings, he needs to break up this relationship and sit and process through the feelings, you know? Deal with the emotions, even if it's not pleasant, it's uncomfortable. Working to align, not overworking, one step at a time, connecting with all your desires, working on details, paperwork, whatever it is. And this could be, you know, working for someone who's out of control, or this could be you in ego death, letting go of the need to be the emperor. Okay? So it could be a disconnect between you and a boss, or this is your old self, which is good. And then look where we end up with. Coming together, free to take a leap of faith with your loyal friend there, which could be a dog or it could be another person. But this could be coming together in joy and free. So it comes out really nicely here, you guys. Okay. If you should need anything, just let me know. All my information is below. twinflames3344.com and at gmail.com. Drop me a note if you don't see what you need. And my CD, Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames. Check it out. The song's only $1. It's a great way to support me. And thank you all, guys, for your likes, your shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I love you all. Drink your water, get your rest, get your joy and your nature, and rise and be love. Forgive yourself always. Rise and be love, guys. Bye.